Alright guys, I actually finished! I finished my album that's been gnawing at me for 9 years now from my poor shelf of unfinished albums. I got it done! Well, yeah, and Lily's here again. Lily, don't tell. Because I finished it when she was napping and I didn't want to wait until next week to film this. I just realized that I did not put anything in the cover here, but I'll make something like this intro page. So I had some little challenges I came across. They're not really challenges. It's just like, so for my old pages, I used white cardstock with an orange peel texture. And I thought I had more, but I only had the linen in my new pack, the linen texture. And the old me would just say, screw this, and I'll wait until I can buy more of that cardstock. But that was the kind of thinking that has left me with a shelf full of unfinished albums. So I just used this linen, and it doesn't match the other pages, but I decided I don't care. So I just used those fonts that I've been using throughout the album. Place, date, butterflies, boom, done. I made the first page here about our camping designs. This is one of the new pages I made. Yeah, here's another thing. I printed a bunch of things before realizing I didn't have my printer set correctly, so the font kind of like bled into the paper a bit, and I was like, oh, should I go back and redo this? But you know what? No, who cares? I'm the only one who's gonna notice this, and I'm not gonna notice in a couple years, so it's done. It's done. This is one of the old pages. This was an old page. This is new. I basically did nothing. I just added this. It said JK on Angel's Landing, and that was it. It's good enough. Added brochure here. This is another new page. Came together quickly. This is one of the old ones. So I know I must have had the rest of this somewhere. And I think I wanted to use it inside the cover here, but I have no idea where it is. I'm not gonna kill myself looking for it. I found a map, so I just cut that. Yeah, maka maka. So sorry. So I just cut that down to 8x8. Added some geotags to some of the places we went to. Added some stuff about the drive because we were driving it almost 10,000 feet, which is way higher than the highest mountain in Norway. So it felt super exotic to us, especially with the Red Canyon walls and everything. It's kind of the opposite of Norway. I added this spread about camping in Zion. Oh, not Zion, Bryce. There's nothing in here, but it's just a cool little thing for the camping permit. This was an old spread. Oh, I just realized you can't really see everything in this. Added this was from a restaurant trip. We didn't really eat out that much on this trip. It was mostly just meals in camp. So this felt fancy to us, even though we're still in our hiking gear. Here's about going to Valley of Fire. Yeah, Lily. So these are all old. It's interesting, Valley of Fire it was supposed to really just be a place to hang out for flying home. But it ended up being, I think, our favorite part of the trip. It was pretty exciting. It's just a little, pretty tiny state park in Nevada. But it's just otherworldly and amazing. Got my rattlesnake story in there. I jumped off a rock and while I was in midair, I looked down. I could see this rattlesnake curled up right where I was supposed to land. and my foot just like ricocheted off the ground next to it, and I probably flew like 7 feet into the air in pure terror. Added it's like a hiking guide from the park. And this is about camping our last night, where I had serious trouble sleeping because I kept having nightmares about snakes for some reason. So these were also old. And last page, just stuck a butterfly on there. It's good. It's done. So I have, I can't see this. I have the National Park brochures back here, plus some just extra stuff, some postcards, and some extra photos that I ended up not using. And now I just need to print a little square thing for the front, and it is done. Woohoo!